Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Hardscape Nate's Tailgate Talks. Oh man, the leaves are falling rapidly now, the temperature's cooling off, and we are getting much closer to that first real snowfall that decides to stick. And well, for a lot of you, that's the plows are on and the salters are attached and you're ready to go. And that's really where I want to focus today's conversation on, is the snow removal aspect. And the question is if our main business is as a hardscaper, you know, we're a landscape crew, a hardscape crew, or hardscape business, landscape business, pardon me, and we're doing some snow removal in the winter. Well, is that the right thing to be doing with our equipment? Is that the right thing to be doing with our time and with our crews? And this is one of those topics that is, let's say, split probably down the middle on whether or not you're going to like me or dislike me by the end of this conversation. But as a hardscape company, we have a lot of equipment. We have trucks. We have everything from the truck like that's behind me. So maybe a sales team truck, a 1500, 2500, or even a 1-ton dually that we could mount a plow to, and we could put a bumper attached spreader on it. Maybe we've got some dump trucks in the fleet that, again, we've got plows that we could mount to it, and under tailgate spreaders that we could use and spread bulk salt and all that happy stuff. We've got skid loaders. Maybe we've even got the small wheel loader. And we're going, well, we've got all this equipment. Let's put it to use in the wintertime. And the question is it worth it? And this is something that you need to do as an individual business. You need to go through and do an overhead sheet. If you don't understand your true overhead and your costs and what you're depreciating your vehicles out at, if you've got a brand new truck and you're going to depreciate it out over time, should we really be plowing with that vehicle? Should we be using our skid loaders as a snow removal piece of equipment? Because let's be honest, and let's really be honest with ourselves. Ask yourself the question, if you're plowing now, how hard is it on your equipment? We're going, we're running forward, we're plowing snow with the truck, get to the end, we run it into the pile, we jam it in reverse, and we're going. We've got a lot of jobs to get done, a lot of properties to plow this night before daybreak, and everybody's going. So we're not easy on the equipment. We're running through slop and slush, and it's constantly in salt. Parts are wearing out over time. Bearings go, and we get rust on the equipment. On the skid loaders, we're building up rust, and it's hard on the hydraulics and all that fun stuff that happens in a winter. We've got gelling that occurs, and you've got to deal with that. All of this, some of that, maybe the gelling, you're going, hey, that just happens, and we clean it out. We get a new fuel filter in there and put some anti-gel in. I get it. But over time, that is hard on your equipment. And when you're already looking at, in the hardscape side of the business, depreciating it over a longer period of time, because while the equipment lasts longer if you're not putting it into those harsh conditions in the winter, well, now we've accelerated its wear and tear on that piece of equipment, and we may not be getting the return. Most likely, we're not charging enough, or you're not charging enough in those winter months on that equipment to cover what it's actually doing in damage from it. So the question comes down, do we keep the guys on, and do we have them out there shoveling and plowing and all that? Or do we find other things? Do we do maintenance over the winter? Do whatever the case may be, give them a break and let them recoup? I think if we really looked at it, the way we run our hardscape business and our snow removal business needs to stop. We need to separate the two. You have your hardscape business in the summer, and then you have your snow removal business, which you run a whole separate off to the side type of business, that you understand different depreciations on the vehicles, that we're billing out specific dollars for per hour on the equipment, because it is harder on it. It's not the same. We would charge 125 or 150 or whatever the case may be on a skid loader per hour during the summer, track loader, right? And that stuff takes the bogey wheels, and the tracks cost money and they have wear and tear. Well, that's going to run more expensive in the wintertime. And all of these is going to be dependent on what your business is and where you are and what equipment you're running. I get it. But we need to stop and think about that. Is the snow removal side something that we should be doing? Or do we focus on that hardscape portion, that landscape portion in the summer, keep our equipment in well working order for years to come, get a greater return on that investment, and make more profit? Each business is going to be a little bit different, and like I said, this is going to be one of those topics that you're going to either hate me or like me. But I think for those small landscape, hardscape companies right now that are plowing in the wintertime thinking that they're supplementing their income, if we really truly look deep down and we start to do the numbers, I think you'll find that it's costing you money, and we should get out of that side of it. Or go all in. Let's do a cost analysis. Let's run a different overhead recovery sheet on that part of the business and do it right and get into it. But let's stop and let's do that investigating. Let's not continue on in this blind thought of, I've got the equipment, so let's just throw a plow on it and push snow. Because I don't think that's right for a lot of us that are doing it, including myself. When I was in business, we threw the plows on and the salters on, and I finally stopped and really truly did the numbers and looked at what it was doing to my equipment and found that it was more profitable for me to get out of snow removal and have my nights back and my holidays back over the winter and spend it with my family. I was more profitable than I was when I was plowing. So take a little bit of time, think about that. Hey, got questions, or you want to tell me that I'm wrong or whatever, I love it. Hit me up at hardscapenate@gmail.com. Email me your comments, your thoughts. Hit me up on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Hardscape Nate. Instagram, Hardscape Nate. It's Hardscape Nate everywhere. Instagram, on Twitter at Hardscape Nate, and on Facebook. Instant message me, direct message me. Let me know your thoughts. Or if you've got questions or topics that we should hit on, let me know. Love to hear from you. Hey everybody, God bless and thank you.